What is up, everybody? I am Marathon, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about my CISSP journey, a full journey, not a quick one, my unfiltered, from start to finish journey. So, af- after my degree from Western Governors University, I got the cybersecurity degree, by the way. It took me 1.5 years, so 3 semesters. And I was like, I want to get the CISSP because it's the god tier cert, right? Like my old mentor, he's over at the Pentagon, and I don't know, somewhere crazy, but I know it's with the feds, and he was like, yeah, this is god tier cert. So I was like, I want to be the best of the best. Well, not necessarily saying that if you get the cert, you're super competent, right? Like, no, it's just regarded as the god tier cert. So I was like, okay, I'll get it. Sorry, a little tangent there. But when it came to my CISSP journey, I got the Desk Cert book. The book that's like this thick from Amazon. It was like $50. And I was so bad at studying. I was like on and off about it. Was not consistent. 2 years later, I got my CISSP 2026. And here's how I did it. I was on and off with that book. Like I couldn't even finish 2 chapters in a month. Okay. And then something had to change because in July 2025, I was watching the 8 hour crash course by I think it was Pete. I'll link his channel, but I was just doing things the wrong way. But I covered his entire 8 hour video, his cryptography video, exam tips, and then after that, starting in October, is when I began doing recall, so like flashcards to remember concepts and terms and all that. And how I did it was using quantum exams, the OSG, and then I used Anki. You can use Anki or you could use Quizlet, whatever flashcard system that helps you remember things. Um, with the OSG, I didn't even read it cover to cover. All I did was read the summary and then the exam tips, and then I did the quiz at the end. And then I kept track of what I got right and what I got wrong. And then whatever I got wrong, I would throw it into AI, ask it to help me understand how, like, why I got it wrong and why it's wrong, and how I can remember certain concepts to maintain it in my mind. After that, excuse me, let me go back a bit. It was July when I was watching those videos. It was October when I started all of those, like the memory recall strategy that I was doing. It's pretty much just burning in concepts in my mind, not terms, not just like glossary terms, like definitions of things. Like I had to understand concepts and why things were right and why things were wrong. I did that. I did 5, 10 question practice questions exams. Sorry, yeah, so 50 questions from the 10 practice questions in quantum exams. And then at the end of the week, I would do a full CAT, okay? If you don't know what the CISSP CAT system is, look it up. So the CAT for the quantum exams, that one was like, I think it was $200. I would run a full CAT every Friday. So 50 times 5 plus the 100. That's 250. So that's 350 questions per week that I'd study on top of reading the CISSP OSG official study guide, reading each chapter's exam summary. No, I'm sorry, chapter summary, exam essentials, and practice questions. And that was my life from October to February 2026. And my exam score, I actually no, there's no score. I'm sorry. I finished at 100 questions and I had 80 minutes left. Okay, and if you get 100, that means like you did good all around. Like the algorithm thinks like your assist material. Anything beyond that, it's helping you find a reason that you could get the CISP, right? So if you get a 100, you did good. If you go above it, like it's still fine. Like as long as you pass, it doesn't matter how you did. 150 questions, you still got the CISP. Like who cares? You got the CISP. But in summary, I would say that if I were to go, no, sorry, let me rephrase that. If I were to go back in time and tell myself of a method of how I can pass the CISSP, it would be a lot of recall. It wouldn't be watching those videos and like skimming through desk cert. The key is to understand the concepts, not only memorize things, understand the concepts. Some people like to think as a manager, and that's fine too. I didn't use that personally. How I would do it is I would just answer the question that like that's at the end. I don't even read like the first few when I click next on the question. I just go to the question first. Like I look at the question mark, I look at the sentence before it, and then I read the rest. And then I would take the first two like answers that are like obviously it's wrong. I just scratch them off, and then the last two that are available to me, like I would just reason and weigh out my options, right? And I would repeat that for each question all the way until I finished. And do remember with the CISSP, you can't go back. Like after you made a selection, you can't go back. It's not like CompTIA or like the other vendors out there. No, no, no. Once you press next, you can't go back. If you want to take a look at the exam requirements, be sure to go on like ISC2 or like ask Google Gemini or something for a summary of the exam requirements. I think it's like 3 or 4 hours. Maximum questions of 150 questions, minimum of 100, and you have like it's like 3.5 hours or 4 hours somewhere there. Be sure to look into that. Destination certification has like all that information out there on their website, so you can check them out. But we're towards the end of what I have to say, so I'll just put my resources out there. Maybe you can, whoever uses the Gemini feature on YouTube, you guys can find this like when you ask it. So no need to watch this whole thing. But I use the CISSP OSG. I used Anki, Quizlet, Quantum Exams. I did forget to mention this. I did use Learnzapp, but I didn't find it as useful. Some people maybe they did, but it was just good to like brush up on some terms that I guess I didn't have in my under my belt yet. So that was that. But other than that, I hope you guys find this CISSP journey video useful. All in all, it took me 2 years to get that exam, total time, all because I was a procrastinator. I did not know how to study, and I was just not motivated. I thank God and my fiance for pushing me to get the cert. So now I'm just pondering my next one, which is the CISA, which I really want to work towards it, but I haven't been disciplined lately. But I gotta lock in so I can get that CISA. But I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see y'all in the next video.